Hey out there, Facebook world. It is Sara Oehler here at the home of Softflex Company. We are a beading wire and craft wire manufacturer, but we also sell all the tools and crimps and findings that you need to make jewelry. And one of the things we do every single month is we do a design challenge. And so we put together a really amazing kit that has a theme every month, and they go on sale the day that I'm doing the previous month's video. So you are going to see a Mom Rocks design kit on sale now, which isn't the one we're going to open today, but is available on the website now, www.softflexcompany.com. We have a limited supply of these, and you purchase them here at the beginning of the month. And then at the end of the month, I will do a video opening that kit and making something here on the spot that's unplanned. So last month's kit was April showers, and I'm super excited to open it today. The second component of this is all of you out there who buy one of these kits get to show us what you make in our VIB Softflex group, and we randomly pick a winner. So every design that you post is an entry to win. So say you post a pair of earrings and 2 bracelets and a necklace, that's 4 entries to win the next month's kit. And it's just a whole lot of fun because we get to see what you guys make and see your creativity, and I just sort of kickstart it here with the video. So super exciting today to open up this April showers. I know a lot of people really liked this one. I saw a lot of really positive feedback, especially coming off of Flower Power, which also a lot of people liked, but I think it was a little more controversial because it had some really bright colors, and it had some colors that didn't always mix really well, and so it was a big challenge, especially for those that don't use a lot of color. I think it was kind of out there, but at any rate, some of you made some amazing pieces with Flower Power. I was so excited to see how it all came together, and now we're going to do it with April showers. So let me go ahead and flip you down. It's so nice to see all of you guys here. I see Curtis and Rosanna and Kathy. Hi, Dee, Kristen, Martha, Kathy, Susie, Emily. Oh, good. All of our great friends are here, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Oh, hi, Lori. Hi, Beverly. I'm going to flip you down so we can start talking about this fantastic new kit. So we do have a new deal this week on our website, which is www.softflexcompany.com. When you spend $50, you get 10% off, $75, you get 15% off, $100, you get 20% off. So that is helpful. If you're buying a kit that's $32.95, you can also throw in something else like the April Showers bead mix, which we'll get to in a minute, and or a tool or crimps, and get up to that $50 level to get your 10% off on everything. So I wanted to quickly go over the rules. This is our new postcard that's going to be going out with every kit. This was a suggestion made by a couple of customers just to keep it real clear for anybody that's new to doing the design kit challenge, kind of what they're supposed to do, and that way there won't be any questions about it. So this is in general what a kit might look like, and then it has just some few basic rules. So you want to buy your mystery kit, and they're always limited quantity. There is usually plenty to go around. It usually does sell out within a week or two, depending on how popular that particular kit is. Sometimes it sells out the first weekend, but we're trying to up our numbers each time so we have a little bit more, and definitely doing our best on that. But you do want to try to get your kit pretty soon if you want to get one. I would try to do it this week into the weekend just to be certain that you're going to get one. You want to join our Softflex Very Important Beading Studio group on Facebook. That's a very important part because that's the fun place to see what everyone's doing. And if you're not sold on doing one of these kits, just join the group and see what people are making, because it's so inspiring to see all the different designs from the same mixture of items. Please do not reveal the contents of your mystery kit when you receive them, because others will receive their kits after you, and it can be a little bit of a bummer if they see what's in the kit and they haven't opened theirs yet. But likewise, don't post pictures of your designs ahead of time, because that also can ruin the surprise for some of the folks that get their kits later in the month. And then on the last Wednesday of the month, usually at 1 p.m. Pacific time, you're going to log into our Softflex Company Facebook page, which is where you are now, and watch us unbox a kit. And then I will make a few things to kind of kickstart the process. And you can also watch it at your own convenience. If you can't be here at 1 o'clock, that's totally fine. Watch it in the evening or over the weekend, whatever makes the most sense for you. And then it's your turn. You post pictures of your designs in the BIB group by the deadline posted. And I don't think I wrote down a deadline. It's usually the Tuesday before the next video. So maybe Kristen can take a look at the calendar and see what the Tuesday before the next video is and post the deadline. Every design you post is an entry to win our next available kit. And the winner is chosen at random, because there's no way we could choose best design. It would be impossible. There's too many good ones. So you're going to start seeing these come with your kits, and that's just going to make it easy for anybody that's new to kind of get an idea of what they're supposed to be doing. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead. My camera's a little high today, so I'm having a little difficulty seeing your comments. So forgive me if I missed something. Hopefully Kristen will be able to answer your questions, because I think she's here and she can kind of stay on top of those questions for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and open April Showers. I was very nervous today, you guys, because they packaged April Showers and Mom Rocks so similar. And I was like, oh no, what if I mix it up and I open Mom Rocks on camera? Wouldn't that be such a bummer? I might have to like peek inside just to be sure I have the right one. Okay, so this is hopefully April Showers. And I should know right away if I have the wrong one. Let's see. I don't know what you're asking me, Softflex Company. The entry is posted the Tuesday, a full week before the kit before the next video. So it was last week Tuesday when the kit challenge ended, if that helps. It does look like April Showers. Woohoo, I had the right one. That would have been something I would do though. So I was like, oh man, why are these so similar? I need to make sure they do like really different colors, because my memory is not the best, to say the least. So on sale today is also our leftovers from the April Showers bead mix. We have, I think, only like 19 of these. So not very many, and they usually go pretty quickly. We're almost out of the Flower Power ones from last month, and it's only been like 4 weeks. So they do go kind of quickly. So if you want one, you can grab it on our website. And this kit, I'm excited to say, came with 2 spools of beading wire. Normally there's only 1 spool, and normally we do a color of beading wire. But since it was April Showers and it was kind of themed with the rainy season, which we're just kind of ending here in California, I thought like the satin silver wire really made a lot of sense. And then I thought, well, why don't we try the Soft Touch, which is our premium beading wire. It's our most flexible, most soft beading wire. And then I thought, well, why don't we do it in 2 different sizes so we can try it and see what it's like. I know you've seen me making those wrap bracelets using medium and very fine. And so I might even do a little bit of that today, get one started, and try using the very fine. So we have 4 different diameters in our Soft Touch. We have very fine, fine, which is not here, medium, and then heavy. Very fine is 0.010 inch diameter, and it is for stringing very small gemstones like diamonds with itty bitty holes, embellishing, weaving, crocheting, bead weaving especially is what I end up using it for the most. And then medium is our all-purpose. So this is where you're gonna mix and match a lot of different materials. And if you're using soft touch, you're gonna have a ton of flexibility in your design. It's gonna drape really nicely and very, very flexible. So I'm super excited that you guys get to try the soft touch if you've never tried it before today. And I'm excited to work with it as well. We have, let's see, we have a beautiful mixture of some really pretty steel blue and then clear check glass. We've got, I think these are 2-hole beads. Let me see. Are these 2 holes? Yeah. We've got some really cool 2-hole beads that actually have kind of a little bit of a rainbow effect on them, which I thought would be really fun, thinking of rain showers, and just have a little touch of rainbow in there. And then it's a 2-hole square bead. So that's cool. And then this one's neat too. It's kind of a steel blue little droplet. So it flattens at the bottom, and then you can kind of see where the hole is if I can get a good angle here. Pretty. This is a very pretty kit. I hope you guys all really like it, those that ordered it last month. And next month's kit is very pretty too. It's called Mom Rocks, and I think everyone's gonna really like it. We've got some really sparkly purple to add in. Hi, Sheesh. I'm so glad to see you. Pip beads. Yes, Emily, I think that is the name of them. We've got a few Swarovski crystals in the mix to give another little kind of a rain shower sparkle. Those are fun to work with. We've got our findings bags, which are ear wires. We've got a lobster clasp. We've got a tiara cast world charm, which I thought would be fun since we're just getting over Earth Day this week. And then we've got some beautiful 2x2 sterling silver crimp tubes. They're soft flex crimp tubes, so they're very strong and very durable, and they're gonna work great for us today. And this is kind of cool. We've got, I believe these are check glass beads, but there's one that's like faceted, and when it hits the light, it just really sparkles. So it's going to be like a fun bead to use in the center of a design. I could see it being running up and down and then having some really pretty tassels coming out of the bottom. And then we've got 2 matching rounds, which would make a fantastic matching pair of earrings too. So we've got all that. We've got some seed beads just in case you need some little beads to throw in the mix. There's some purple seed beads and some clear glass bugle beads, which are those long tubes. And then let me open up the Jesse James bead mix. I'm going to get a couple of spools that I can flip over and use as containers. And then I'm going to get my macrame board too, because I want to at least start one of those wrap bracelets so that you can kind of see how I go about doing that while I'm on air today. So let me grab a couple. I was watching Nilay Patel's video yesterday, and he does the same thing. He gets up and goes and grabs a bunch of stuff off screen. And I was like, oh good, I'm not the only one that remembers they need something and has to run around like a mad woman looking for it. Okay, so this is the April Showers bead mix. This is still available on our website. The total kit is sold out, and that's how it works. They sell out before the video date, and all that's left to get is a few of the April Showers bead mixes. These bead mixes come from Jesse James Beads. They work with us each month, and they just do the most amazing job. We send them swatches of what we're doing. a few weeks before, and they always put together the most amazing bead mixes to match the theme that we've chosen. And this one is definitely no different. It's just lots of gorgeous blues, dark blues, light blues, baby blues. Very, very pretty. And they're custom made for us. So you'll only be able to get this bead mix from Softflex Company. Although they have lots of other great bead mixes on their website as well. So it's gonna have all sorts of beads, different shapes and colors. And I'm just gonna do a little quick sorting. We've got some fun stuff like these guys. They almost always have the cutest little tassels, which are fun to use. And some sparkly guys. And I just want to kind of sort it out so it's a little easier for me to see what's what. We've got some kind of cloudy rounds that are flat, that are pretty fun looking. We've got a nice center focal piece here, which would also be really pretty in the center with a nice big tassel coming out the bottom. Yeah, I'm liking blue a lot right now too. But I do go through stages. Sometimes I really like a certain color. Oh, I like these ones. Look at this one. It's got a really neat faceting. These will be great for my wrap bracelet that I'm gonna do. I'm kind of taking out some of the rounds because those will be really good in the wrap bracelet, and separating those just a little bit so I can definitely get those into there. That will be make it super easy when I get going here. Ooh, these ones are cool too. Did you guys see these ones? Look at how cool that is. Very exciting. And let's put these ones here, kind of continue getting some of these guys. And they have some of these teardrops that almost look like raindrops, you guys. Doesn't that look like a raindrop? So cute. Let's put those together because those are perfect for what we're doing today. And then they have a couple of those really cool caged beads, which I always find make fantastic earrings. They're so fun as earrings. And there we go. So that's kind of a rundown. We've got some of these cool little silver guys left. Rundown of what's in the bead mix. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with making a wrap bracelet. And I was thinking about using these too because I think these are really lovely. Kind of have to organize my mind here to get started. There's so many good things that I'm like, ooh, I want to use the crystal. Ooh, I want to use these 2-hole beads. I want to use these pips. I want to do this. I want to do that. But alas, I am limited to time here. And most importantly, I can always make things as time goes on. So we'll focus on one thing at a time, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna, instead of a full wrap bracelet, I'm just gonna do a single strand that'll go around my wrist once instead of 2 or 3 times. And that'll just make it a little bit shorter and easier to work with. So I'm gonna take out some of my medium wire. You could totally use a color of Softflex for this. I'm just using the Soft Touch because that's what came in the kit, and I kind of like to stick to what's in the kit in case there's a brand new beater out there that doesn't have a bunch of other stuff to pull from. So I'm going to use what's in the kit, but you could totally use a color. Like I could imagine the blue topaz would be really pretty, or the tanzanite would be gorgeous on the outside of the bracelet that I'm going to make. So I'm just going to double over And then I'm gonna make sure I have enough length. I'm just gonna add a little bit just to be certain that it's long enough, because you can't make it longer once it's cut. So I'm using the medium diameter of beading wire, and again I folded it in half because this is going to be the outside edge of my bracelet, and then I made sure that it would wrap easily around my wrist, doubled up. So that looks good. The very fine's a little trickier because it's actually going to weave back and forth, so I'm going to do a pretty long length of that. I'm thinking I'm going to do about 3 feet. And you can add more of this. This is a little different because it's the threads that are going back and forth. You can actually add some more length to it, so it's not as scary. Whereas this, you can't really add some more length to it. It would look really funny. So I've got my 2 wires. I need my clasp next. So I'm going to dig that out of my little findings bag over here. And I'm going to need my crimps too, so I'm going to dig those out. This will be a good, this would be a good time to use my little earth charm too on this bracelet. It'll look really cute on it. Okay, so we've got our clasp, and we're going to get some crimps. I'm going to take both wires, both the very fine soft touch and the medium soft touch, and I'm going to string them through my lobster clasp, and I'm going to find the center of both wires. So because the soft touch O&O is longer, the center is going to be at a different place. So you just want to kind of find about the center in both wires with your clasp. Go a little bit longer on this side. There we go. Once they're centered, you get a hold of the ends here. I'm going to go ahead and string one of the crimp tubes. The crimp tubes in the kit are 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tubes. They're made by Softflex with very thick, strong walls. They're solid construction rather than rolled sheets. And most everyone who knows us well knows these crimps are pretty awesome. Okay, so I strung my crimp onto all 4 wires, so the doubled up medium and the doubled up very fine. And now I'm bringing that to the center where the lobster clasp is. So I've also used the very fine anytime I'm doing a ladder stitch bead weaving where I go in and out. So for instance, if you look at the first episode of Beads, Baubles, and Jewels this season, which aired on PBS, starting in January in most places, you'll see I used the Soft Touch Very Fine for a Super Duo bracelet. And maybe Kristen can post a link to that video too. So I have my 2 by 2 millimeter crimp. I'm centering it inside my magical crimpers, and I am going to make sure that it's really nice in the center. I'm going to look at my 2 wires that are around my lobster clasp and make sure that they're sitting nicely, that they're not twisted or just adding a little bit of strangeness to my design. I want them to look nice. And then once I feel good about both, I can go ahead and compress. The first time you compress, you're going to get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli. And then you're going to turn it on its side and compress again inside those pliers, and just go around and around, turning and compressing till you get what looks like a little round bead. So the edges of the crimp tube just cinched into the nylon coating of the 2 wires, and now I've got a really nice strong hold. And this is where we can start our thing. Since I'm only doing once around, I don't think this would even, oh, well, I guess it would go the whole length, so we could do it this way. I'm going to just push my clasp into the top here, and then I'm going to unwind, make sure my wires are making sense here as they come out of the crimp. So find the left medium wire and bring it down to the side down here, and likewise down here, and those will be the outside wires when I go to do some of my bead weaving. And then I also want to separate out this very fine wire so that it makes a lot of sense too. And I think I'm going to run it underneath here. Let me see. So you don't want it twisted on the end. You want it to just kind of be where it naturally divides. There we go. And next I'm going to decide what bead I want to start with. Since it's a little tight here on the end, I might want to start with something a little bit smaller or more slender. I'm thinking this might be the most slender option that I see. Oh, either this or I might do these clear crystals. Let me get those out. So something like, oh, these are kind of wide actually now that I'm looking at them. Something like this might be a good starting point. You can also start with seed beads. I'm kind of going for a blue theme here, and the seed beads are purple, so I don't think that's a good perfect starting point. Ooh, or we have these pretty crystals too, which is just a little skinnier. Let's pull those out. Maybe we can do one of those on either end. Look at these pretty Swarovski crystals that came in the kit. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take my wire. This is my very fine wire on the left. I'm going to string it through my bead, and then I'm going to take my wire, my very fine wire on the right, and I know this is going to be hard to see. I'm going to string it through the opposite direction. Let me just pull this out a little bit. So we're going in opposites. Let me see if I can get, camera doesn't want to pick up on that. So I've got one going one direction, one going the other in my bead. And then I'm just going to gently snug this bead down to the center. Now it's not quite between those two wires, but it eventually will be with the way I'm going to weave it. So I'm just going to do my best to kind of get it in between there and tighten these down as best as I can. And if it sits a little bit on top, that's even okay. The big one does look like a Herkimer diamond. You have a bunch of tassels in your kit? Yeah, I got a bunch of tassels in my kit too. Only one, huh? That is strange, Rosanna. I wonder if you got just kind of an odd bead mix. I can't imagine that this is all the tassels that I ended up with in my kit, which we can always send you a few extras from my kit if you're buying the next, if you buy, you know, in the next few weeks, one of these other kits. Okay, so now I'm taking my wire and I strung it underneath this wire. So the very fine wire I strung underneath the medium wire. And that's where I'm going to string my next bead. So let's decide what we're doing. I think I'm going to do one of these pretty blue rounds. I'm going to string down to the center, and then I'm going to take the wire on the left, also go underneath the medium wire and then through the bead in the opposite direction. So when I come out of the bead, it's on top of the wires. When I'm going to go through the bead, I go underneath those middle wires. I wonder why some of them are different. I wonder if it's just a random mix. Like they make a big mix and you just get a random assortment or something. I'll have to look into that. So did you guys kind of see how that works? So I'm going to keep going. Now this is really nice when you're doing things like crystals especially. They have really sharp edges, and a lot of these wrap bracelets I see, they use a thread to go around leather, and that thread over time, as it rubs on the edge of the crystal, or even a glass bead can have a sharp edge, it's really going to wear it down. So if you're using a soft touch 010 like this, you're going to get a lot of strength. The Very Fine does come in colors too. It comes in white, black, and then the satin silver that you received in your kit today. So there are some color options, not like the gemstone colors though that you'll see in our medium soft flex. So a lot of times I'll use like a gemstone color on the outside, and then I'll use white or black for the Very Fine to wrap on the inside. So I'll do a couple more beads on here, and then we'll move on to making something else, and I can finish this up on my own time and post a picture in the VIB group. I'm hoping to get it all done today because I'm actually heading out of town to Phoenix this weekend. So we will be doing some family fun. I'll see you back here next Wednesday. I get back late Tuesday night, so I may look very bleary-eyed when you see me on Wednesday, but I will be here for a live sale, which is going to have some really fun stuff in it. I was just looking over what Rosa's been working on, and I think you guys are going to be super excited about it. So I'm just stringing my right wire underneath the medium wire and pulling my bead to the center. Here's the up close of how that's looking. This is a great way to use up a plethora of mix match beads. So you have a few of these and a few of those, and they're all in a color scheme that works together. You can just do random bead and just really enjoy using up those last beads. Yeah, I don't think the wire would wear on the leather. I think you could use a leather. Can you use a thin leather and then the smaller soft flex? I would think so. And Dee says the outside wire always goes under the medium. That's right. Yes. So when I go to do my next one, I'm taking my Very Fine on the left. I'm stringing it under the medium on the left. I'm picking up my next bead, and then I'm going to take the Very Fine on the right, the very skinny wire. I'm going to take it under the medium on the right and through the bead. And so these two Very Fines end up above the medium wire each time. And you just want to give it a gentle tug to pull the wires tight. See if I can get some different angles on here so you can see the sides. See how it wraps around that outside wire? Well, it sounds like some people got tassels and some people didn't, and it just is the way that those bead mixes must have worked out. Looking at this random one that I have here, it looks like I have 2 gray and 1 blue. So maybe it's just a random assortment. There may be some in the middle of here that I can't see though, so I'll have to open it up just to check. But I'll ask Sarah James about that over at Jesse James Beads, since they bag these for us, to make sure that they are the same, so that when you see me open it, you can make what I'm making if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to do one more bead and then we will move on. You can also do multiple beads. I think that's an important point. Why don't we do one of these? Let's add one of these little rainbow 2-hole beads. They don't have to be the same size. You can go up and down in sizes, and you can even use 2-hole beads, which is kind of fun. So I'm taking my left wire under the medium and then through the first hole in my bead. And then I'm taking my right wire underneath the medium and also stringing it through that same hole. And then I'm just going to cinch this down here at the top, and I want that to lay flat. So now I'm just going to come back through. I don't have to pick up a new bead. I'm just going to go through the second hole in my 2-hole bead. So you see how it goes through? It has 2 holes. I'm going through the second hole now. And I'm going to do that on both sides. So I've found this to be a really helpful way after doing projects with my design kit to use up what's left over. I've made quite a few of these style of bracelets. If you see this happen where one is kind of splitting out, you just need to go back in and just tighten up your wires. So you're going to pull there, and then you can pull here, and that should tighten it down so you don't have that wire kind of sticking out. So there you go. There's a 2-hole bead. If you wanted to add some of those 2-hole beads in here, you could. And then if you've got little beads, you can do, I'm trying to see if there's a little option here. You can do 2 little beads side by side. I don't really see anything that makes a lot of sense for that. But if you wanted to do seed beads, if you wanted to add some of the purple seed beads, you just do 6 of them, and you'd go through one direction and then through the other with the wires. And you can go up or down. If you want to do a big bead, you can totally do that. I would work my way up. If I were doing something like this in the center, I would go, you know, bigger, 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 bigger till you get to the size. But you can go up and down, and the wire will just sort of flex with whatever you decide to do. Oh goodness, it's one of those days, isn't it? So my internet must have dropped out, and I reset the router. It looks like it's working again. I am getting a new router in the next few weeks, so I'm hoping that that's going to help have us not drop off quite so frequently. But at any rate, today we are working with the April Showers design kit, which is sold out, but we do have some of the bead mixes left. So you can purchase these on the website, and that's a lot of what I was using in making my wrap bracelet. You can find this in the first video that I did. And I was just talking about how you go ahead and finish it off. So I was gonna flip down and talk a little bit more about that, because I want you to be able to finish it if you decide this is the bracelet that you're gonna make. Thanks, Emily. I like these too. 2-hole beads. They're very sparkly and nice and big and jumbly. So let me flip down. Let's talk about finishing off this bracelet, and then we'll make at least a pair of earrings or something else with our fun April Showers design kit that we're doing today. If you want to join us next month for our design challenge, you would go ahead and purchase the next kit, which is the Mom Rocks bead kit. This is a heavy duty kit, you guys. This is This might spoil you. This is our heaviest kit, I think, to date, because it has so many beads in it. So this one may be a little unusual. I don't know that all the time moving forward it will be this heavy duty, but this particular one I can tell you is heavy duty. So if you want this, you can find it on our website, which is www.softflixcompany.com. And I think the next video date is, it's always the last Wednesday of the month. I think it's the 31st of May in this case. So let's get back to what we were doing here. So we were making a beautiful bracelet, and what I was saying is you're going to take all 4 of these wires. I noticed a lot of people were commenting that it was having a focusing issue. That might have been my internet connection as well. How about June's mystery kit? Will it be about Father's Day, something for the guys? No, June's mystery kit is based on the Pantone color of the year. I know, Curtis, that you're probably dying for us to focus on some more male jewelry. And I mean, the 2 owners of Softflix are male, so we probably focus on it more than most companies, but 95% of our customers are women. So usually the kits are based on more female-friendly bead palettes. But even like the blue here, like I'm sure you can probably come up with something that will feel a little bit more manly depending on your beads that you choose. And we do, I think I've pointed this out before, I think we do have a men's jewelry section in our free project ideas that you can take a look at. Oh, I'm glad it looks a lot better. Yeah, I think the internet connection was just going and I needed to resend it. I'd gladly buy a male-friendly kit. Well, maybe we need to have James work on a male-friendly kit. I know he's working on, I mean, he works on all of our kits, but we haven't come to it from that angle. So maybe that's something we can think about, not maybe for our design challenge, but just as a, you know, a secondary kit some month that you can purchase. So I will think about that. Yes, July is going to be some nice bold colors that men may enjoy. That's true. Okay, so we've got all 4 of these wires. When we come to finish it, so you've done all of your beadwork down to the other end, you are going to string all 4 wires through a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube that came in the kit. And then you're going to take just one of the medium wires and go back into that crimp tube, making a loop. And then the loop, once you crimp it, is what's going to connect your lobster clasp to the other end. You can also use a jump ring if you prefer. And of course, I used a lobster clasp, but you could use a toggle or whatever clasp you decide to use on this bracelet. You would use the second half on the other end. So that's how I would go about finishing it. If you're just jumping on, joining me again, and you missed that, you can always go back and watch too. And I'll try to take some finishing pictures because I feel like I have showed how to begin this project before, but I haven't gotten around to always showing the tail end where you finish it. So let's put that aside and let's think about some fun earrings that we can do today. I'm loving these drops. Ooh, and I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna add this using a little piece of soft flex to make a jump ring to this bracelet. I think it'll be so pretty with the blues to add the little Earth Day charm from Tiara Cast. Let's see, the DZI beads would be awesome for a manly kit. Okay, yeah, we'll take your suggestions, Curtis, definitely. Let us know what you think. Are these DZI beads? These guys here? They are very masculine looking to me, but could become very feminine depending on what you're using them with. I do like the idea of these for earrings because I think they're so pretty. But since it's April showers, I mean, could you really beat like a pretty little raindrop for an earring? It would be kind of hard to beat it. We also have these ones that look like little raindrops. So let's pour some of those out just in case we want to use them. And then we have these ones that look like little raindrops from the bead mix too. Okay. I'm thinking, since I have the steel tone today, I'm thinking I'll save these and do a color of soft flex with these and just do like a little simple bead in between, maybe 5 of them. And I can post a picture of that after. Instead of using the steel tone, I'll probably use a color of soft flex though, like the tanzanite, and make an earring that is also shaped like a raindrop. So a shape like this with these little cute little, what would someone call them, pip beads? I never know. I've been beading for 25 years. I never know the name of beads. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at that. So I'm going to save that. I think that'll be fun. I like this. I was thinking this would, of course, look cute with a tassel down here. And is there anything else I would want to add to this? It's kind of fun to think of something like this, which is almost looks like a rain cloud, and then you've got your big raindrop, and then you've got your kind of splash of rain down below. Might be kind of fun. So let's play around. With this idea and see how it'll work out. So I'm going to take a little bit of my medium soft flex. Ooh, these crystals would be pretty too. Very sparkly, a little smaller. Ooh, I like that. I think that's going somewhere I really like. Okay, so I'm going to get a decent sized piece of wire. It's probably about 6 inches in length. And go ahead and trim off my wire. I'm using the medium wire for this particular project. I'm going to go ahead and string my little tassel into the center, and then I will bring both wires through my blue bead out of the bead mix. I'm just going to kind of tighten it down. You want to leave enough room that your tassel can just really jaunt around and not have any problems. And you can get so many designs out of these design kits. I mean, it's almost silly how many designs you can make. And we really have been encouraging everyone to make as many as they can to post, because every single design is an entry to win the next kit when you post them in the VIB group. Ooh, I'm liking these. What do you guys think? So pretty. And then I'm going to take both wires and string both wires through a crimp tube. And then just take one and go back in again. And I'm just going to make a basic loop at the top, big enough to fit through my ear wire, but it doesn't have to be huge. And then I can fit my crimp tube centered inside of my magical crimping pliers, and I can go ahead and crimp that whole earring together. We have our next live sale next Wednesday at 1 p.m. If you want to join me, it's a soft flex live sale. We will have some really interesting items. We're going to have some Econoflex in colors that were sent to us as samples, but we never sold them. And we found them in the warehouse. And there's some really cool colors. I should have kept them in here. I took a picture that I'll post. But some really fun options for Econoflex. And then, of course, some beautiful beads and things, clasps and all sorts of stuff. So there you go. I'm going to trim off my wires on both ends. And then we'll go ahead and add in. You want to be really careful anytime you're getting your cutters in there close to your design that you're really sure you're ready to cut before you cut. So always check, make sure you don't have something inside that cutter that you're not wishing to cut. Look at that cute little raindrop bead. I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to take out one of my ear wires and finish this off. And then open this up, slip my earring on, and then close it back up. And this is going to be such a pretty pair of earrings to go with that bracelet that I was just building on the macrame board. That'll be a really fun pairing to wear together. So I'm going to hop off. I'm going to finish this fantastic bracelet here and post it in our VIB group. If you want to join us next month for our live design challenge, you need to head over to our website, which is www.softflexcompany.com. Grab one of our Mom Rocks kits, and it'll come with instructions, which will basically tell you all the do's and don'ts. And you can join us next month in designing some jewelry using one of our kits. There are limited supplies available. They sometimes sell out within a weekend. Sometimes it takes a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. So you definitely, if you want to join us, you definitely want to get in there and get your kit. And then we also have the new April Showers bead mixes. So if you like what I did today and you want to replicate some of the stuff I'm doing today, you can grab one of these. And then of course we always have our soft touch beading wire for sale on our website as well. So jump over there, and if you spend $50 in this next week, you're going to get 10% off. $75 is 15% off. $100 is 20% off. So you can get a little bit of a discount if you're buying multiple things at once, like crimping pliers and crimps and bead mixes and the kit and yada yada. Thank you. I know I should wear these earrings more. I made them at the Oakland Bead Show, and then I don't know that I've even ever worn them. But today I opened up my jewelry box and I said, oh, I think I'm going to wear these. And they match one of my favorite necklaces too, with the tiara cast lotus flower. And of course, some beautiful sparkly Jesse James beads. This morning, Hazel looked at my necklace and she said, oh, Mommy, I love your jewels. They're so sparkly. I was like, oh, I've got my budding little jewelry person here that is going to be so excited when she gets big and gets to make big girl jewelry with me. So anyway, I'm out of town this weekend. I will be gone tomorrow through Tuesday, and I will be a very busy bee in Phoenix. So when you see me next week on Wednesday at 1 p.m. for the live sale, I may look a little zonked, but I will be here and we will have a really good time looking at some of the stuff that we're going to sell and get into your bead box to use for your beautiful jewelry designs. So thanks for joining me today. I'm sorry the video got cut into two. Thanks for joining me twice today. I appreciate it. And all of you guys have a fantastic spring weekend. I hope it's warming up wherever you live and things are starting to bud and turn green and feel really nice and spring-like. So talk to you all later. Bye.